The starship Elysium drifted silently through the void, its hull glistening under the faint light of a distant sun. Aboard the vessel, Captain Elias Voss stood in the observation deck, staring out at the endless expanse of space. The mission had been simple: explore the uncharted reaches of the galaxy, establish first contact with any sentient species, and report back to Earth. But nothing about this mission had gone according to plan. The distress signal had come from a small, rocky planet on the edge of a dying star system. The transmission was garbled, barely intelligible, but it was enough to draw the Elysium off course. Against the protests of his crew, Elias had ordered a landing party to investigate. What they found was beyond anything they could have imagined. The planet was a barren wasteland, its surface scarred by ancient volcanic activity and pockmarked with craters. But beneath the surface, hidden deep within a labyrinth of tunnels, was a thriving alien civilization. The beings were insectoid in nature, their exoskeletons shimmering with iridescent hues of blue and green. They moved with a fluid grace, their multiple limbs clicking softly against the stone floors. At the heart of the hive was the queen. Elias had never seen anything like her. She was massive, her body dwarfing even the largest of her drones. Her carapace was a deep, lustrous black, with veins of gold running through it like rivers of molten metal. Her eyes, large and multifaceted, glowed with an otherworldly intelligence. When she spoke, her voice resonated through the chamber, a deep melodic hum that seemed to vibrate in his very bones. "Human," she said, her voice echoing in his mind. "You have come far to find us." Elias swallowed hard, trying to steady his nerves. "We received your distress signal. We came to offer assistance." The queen tilted her head, her antennae twitching slightly. "Assistance? Oh, queen. We do not require your assistance, human. We require you." Before Elias could react, the drones moved in, their movements swift and precise. He was disarmed and restrained before he could even reach for his sidearm. The queen rose from her throne, her massive form towering over him as she approached. "You are not like the others," she said, her voice a low purr. "You are unique." Elias struggled against his restraints, but it was no use. The drones held him fast, their grip unyielding. "What do you want from me?" he demanded, his voice trembling with a mixture of fear and anger. The queen reached out with one of her forelimbs, the tip of her claw gently brushing against his cheek. "You will see, human. In time you will see." Days turned into weeks, and Elias found himself a prisoner in the alien hive. The queen had taken a peculiar interest in him, often summoning him to her chamber to observe him, to speak with him. At first, he resisted, refusing to engage with her. But as time went on, he found himself drawn to her, fascinated by her intelligence, her presence. She spoke to him of her people, of their history, their struggles. She told him of the wars they had fought, the worlds they had conquered, the civilizations they had absorbed into their hive. She spoke of their need to evolve, to adapt, to survive. And then one day, she revealed her true intentions. "You are the key, human," she said, her voice soft, almost tender. "Your species, your DNA. It is unlike anything we have encountered. With it we can evolve, become something greater. And you will be the first." Elias felt a chill run down his spine. "What are you talking about?" The queen leaned in close, her massive form looming over him. "You will become one of us, human. Your flesh will merge with ours. Your mind will join the hive. You will be the bridge between our species, the catalyst for our evolution." Elias recoiled in horror. "No, I won't let you do this." But the queen was unmoved. You have no choice, human. You are mine now. And soon you will understand. Soon you will see the beauty of what we are, what we can become. The process was slow, agonizing. The Queen's drones worked tirelessly, injecting him with strange fluids, implanting him with alien technology. His body began to change, his skin hardening, his senses sharpening. He could feel the Hive's presence in his mind, a constant hum that grew louder with each passing day. But even as his body was transformed, his mind remained his own. The Queen had underestimated him, underestimated the strength of his will. He fought against the Hive's influence, clinging to his humanity with every fiber of his being. And then one day he saw his chance. The Queen had grown complacent, confident in her control over him. She had let her guard down, and Elias seized the opportunity. He broke free from his restraints, his enhanced strength allowing him to overpower the drones that guarded him. He fought his way through the Hive, his mind a whirlwind of fear and determination. But the Queen was waiting for him. "You cannot escape, human," she said, her voice a low growl. "You are mine. You will always be mine." Elias stood his ground, his body trembling with the effort of resisting the Hive's influence. "I am not yours," he said, his voice steady. "I am human, and I will never be one of you." The Queen's eyes narrowed, her antennae twitching with anger. "You are a fool, human. You cannot resist the inevitable." But Elias was done talking. With a roar, he charged at the Queen, his body moving with a speed and strength he had never known before. The Queen met him head-on, her massive form crashing into his with a force that shook the chamber. The battle was fierce, each of them fighting with everything they had. The Queen's claws slashed at him, her mandibles snapping dangerously close to his throat. But Elias was relentless, his determination driving him forward. He fought not just for his own survival, but for the survival of his species, for the future of humanity. And then, with a final, desperate effort, he struck. His fist slammed into the Queen's thorax, the force of the blow cracking her exoskeleton. She let out a deafening screech, her body convulsing as she collapsed to the ground. Elias stood over her, his chest heaving, his body battered and bruised. The Queen looked up at him, her eyes filled with a mixture of pain and admiration. "You are strong, human," she said, her voice barely a whisper. "Stronger than I anticipated." Elias knelt beside her, his hand resting on her carapace. "I am human," he said, his voice soft but firm. "And I will never be anything else." The Queen's eyes closed, her body going still. The Hive fell silent, the drones collapsing as the Queen's life faded away. Elias stood, his body trembling with exhaustion, but his mind clear. He had won. The Elysium returned to Earth, its mission complete. Elias Voss was hailed as a hero, the man who had faced the alien Queen and emerged victorious. But Elias knew the truth. He had faced the darkness, and he had survived. But he would never forget the Queen, the Hive, or the battle that had changed him forever. And as he looked out at the stars, he couldn't help but wonder if there were others out there, others like the Queen, waiting to claim their next human. But for now he was free. And that was enough.